Hello, everyone. My name is Camille Armstrong, and well, I have procrastinated beyond procrastination as far as doing this video is concerned. I will be looking at the topic of service research within the not for profit organization, more so focusing on those human service workers that are employed in the specialized area of mental health and supportive housing, and more so how they were impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. I will be looking at service research as it pertains to past experiences, and also how service research in this particular field speaks to designing future plans and strategies as far as the employees are concerned. So, service research focuses on the quality of service, be it customer satisfaction related, which in fact results in customer behavior. Now, I'm looking at customer behavior from the viewpoint of the employee and not necessarily the viewpoint of the client, but both converge because the employee's behavior or the worker's behavior impacts the client's behavior, and how they converge has to do with how well or not the client recovers. Now, we're aware of the COVID-19 pandemic. All of us have lived through it at some part. And we know that the field of human services is very dependent on human resources to address and solve the problems being experienced by the population being served. Now, well, according to the National Organization for Human Services, the field of human services is broadly defined, uniquely approaching the objective of meeting human needs through an interdisciplinary knowledge base, focusing on prevention as well as remediation of problems and maintaining a commitment to improving the overall quality of life and service of the population. Now, a lot of times when we view the whole thing of mental health, we view it from a client-based perspective. We're not viewing it from a worker-based perspective. And I think what we all have in common, be us workers or clients, is mental health. Now, we know that there has been a rise in emotional health of employees within the human service industry since the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, there has been quite a number of research that has been done. But as it pertains to, as it pertains to service research can take into consideration the service quality that is given to our clients by our human services employees. Now, if the employee, right, is not healthy mentally, then whatever service they impart on the client will not be accurate. As far as customer satisfaction is concerned, if the human service employee is not healthy mentally again, then the end result as far as customer satisfaction is not going to be one that is acceptable. Customer behavior. You may have clients who are difficult, but if you're not healthy as an employee, you are not able to take care of your clients. No, service research is also a dynamic area in that the information can be collected using either the qualitative or the quantitative approach of research. Service research in its dynamic way is a process that incorporates the past, present, and maps the future. Now, we know that there were issues with the work-life balance during the COVID pandemic because of, individuals not being able to go out on a daily basis to do work and stuff like that. No, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, a lot of that sort of work was impacted. Things were changed in how human service employees did their work. And to be honest, for myself, speaking from experience, it was a hindrance. Now, in order to ensure that we put the best strategies in place to ensure to the health of our human services employees, we now have to use past experiences, what it is that these individuals experienced during the COVID-19 pandemic, and we now need to strategize. Now, in order for us to strategize, we need to identify practice related needs. We need to assess the current challenges and issues faced by these human service employees. And we also need to see, okay, what are the tools that these individuals had to work with then, and how can we create better tools for them to work with now? We need to evaluate research knowledge and skills, determine the level of understanding. What level of training are we giving these individuals to deal with crisis situations, especially a global pandemic, if something like this nature were to happen again? We need to assess communication and disseminate the skills as leaders. Okay, what plans are we putting in place as far as communication skills are concerned? How do these individuals encode the information, and how do we as leaders decode the information that they're giving to us about how they are feeling mentally? How do we say to them, okay, this is noise, do not pay attention to this noise, right? Pay attention, use tools so that you can focus. And there are evaluating and self-reflection and continuous learning capacities that can also be incorporated. You understand? How do we put a map forward that these people can use to gauge their behavior, to do better life balances depending on their socioeconomic background, depending on their educational background? All of those elements come into play when we are trying to ensure to the health of our social services workers. Now, service research, some of the challenges that one could face when crafting and designing these strategies forward is that, the challenge of measuring service quality. How do we measure service quality? Because these are experiences by individuals. Is there a scale that we can use to measure it? What are the things that we put in place to ensure that, it is measured accurately? Can it ever be measured accurately? Then there is customer subjectivity. It may be a situation where a client may like working with one particular mental health professional or mental health employee as another. You understand? Depending on the sort of vibe, the sort of feedback they get from this employee. And then there are also benefits. And some of those benefits are like customer insight. A client may applaud the work done with them and a human service employee. And then there is service improvement, which is a benefit. If we are able as leaders within the field to find out what the issues were pre-COVID-19, what the issues were during the COVID-19 pandemic, now we are better able to craft a plan going forward to ensure, one, identifying the areas to be improved, and then create or design methods to ensure that we can combat and improve customer experiences. We can do this through shared personal experiences pre-COVID-19, during COVID-19, and after COVID-19, right? Along with using research that has already been done as per the COVID-19 pandemic. So, as you can see, service research in the field of mental health can be very beneficial towards improving the field as a whole. And what it does is that it gives leadership, and opportunity to work collaboratively with the employees who have to work with the clients to ensure that the best fit approach to treatment, the best level as far as quality of life is concerned, is reached. Thank you.